So now we're going to do one of my favorite series, which is actually the standing edge of the bed series. And we're going to start with a really great psoas stretch. And what you're going to, the bed is a perfect height to do this. It's also nice and cushy too. So I'm going to put my leg up. I'm going to make sure I have a bend in my standing leg. And this leg is kind of positioned a little bit further back. I'm going to be on my forearms. And I'm going to be tucking my pelvis under, so get a great stretch through my psoas. So I'm gently going to be forearm straight, chest up. I'm slowly going to be bending this leg, really sinking deeply in, getting a great psoas stretch through here. If this feels a little too much for you, just come back out of it, tuck your pelvis, because this is a really deep stretch and you really are going to feel it immediately. So I'm going to have my arms straight. I'm going to slowly lower back down. And to get a deeper stretch, I'm actually going to turn into it. So really opening up that psoas. And then while I'm here, I can get a really nice little adductor stretch where I'm going to bring my knee forward a little bit. And then I'm going to be stretching out and down. And I get that this angle may be a lot for a lot of you. So for those who want a little bit more of a dynamic stretch, we can do this one here. I'm going to bring it back up, slide my leg back down, and then I'm going to be on the side. And this, if you can't do the other abductor stretch, this is a great one to do here too. It's just really opening this up area, getting a really nice stretch. And then while I'm in this position, I'm going to bring my foot forward to get a great hamstring stretch. So what is happening here, my chest is up, lifting forward, and it's really important in this hamstring stretch that you close the gap in this hip. A lot of people, when you kind of do a hamstring stretch, this hip will be wide open and you really kind of lose the stretch. And you can experiment a little bit. If you close your hips, rotate your hips forward, you'll immediately feel the stretch through here. So I'm going to be lifting up, my chest is forward. I'm going to slowly lower over. My hamstrings are tight today. You don't want to be scooping under. You want to be keeping your chest forward. You're just stretching further, maybe a little further. And if those of you who are really flexible can go lower. And you can flex or point your foot. Kind of feel that in these hamstrings as you're going through. Maybe a little bit further, but I'm always keeping my chest forward and my hips closed. It's one of the things I really want you to remember. And then it's just slowly coming back out. I'm going to rotate my leg to a really nice standing pigeon. So perfect position. As you can see, it's a really nice set to do right on the edge of your bed right here. This one I'm going to reach up, forward. Now, depending on how flexible you are, is going to depend on the angle of your leg, closer or further apart. For me, pretty comfortable about here. So I'm rotating my hips in. And for this one, you do want to collapse forward because you're really focusing on your piriformis muscle here. So I'm going to focus on pushing my hips back as I'm rounding over, feeling the stretch, really feeling the stretch through my IT band, piriformis, and glutes. For some of you, you can really come down lower, or even lower. That's about as far as I'm going to go. And I'm going to come back up. Going to reset for a minute. It feels so good. Bending over again, pushing my hips back, because pushing your hips back really gets the muscles we're really trying to target here. And then we're going to come back up, put my foot down, and then we're going to repeat on the other side. So now we're going to do the other leg. You have to keep yourself balanced. So same psoas stretch. Putting your leg up on your mattress. Scooting this leg forward a little bit. And you can really, for those of you who want to feel a little bit more stable and secure, kind of scoot your leg in a little bit more so you're using it for support. I'm going to have my arms straight and I'm slowly lowering. Feeling that great stretch in my psoas. Coming back out for those of you who are a little bit tighter. Coming back down. really making sure that I'm staying up and forward. And then I'm turning away. If I want to get a little bit more of a stretch in. Maybe a little bit more of a stretch in, because I'm tight on this side. Then we're going to come back up. I'm going to sneak and get a little bit of a adductor stretch in here. So I'm going to be putting my leg out on the bed, feeling the stretch through here. Leaning to the side. And for those of you, I understand this is a little bit more of a dynamic range for some. So in which case, you can simply straighten your leg, tilt your pelvis under, and you can get a great adductor stretch through here. Now I'm going to swing my leg through into a hamstring stretch. So once again, really make sure that you rotate your hips through, getting that stretch in through here. Feeling it in these hamstrings. We have 3 hamstring muscles going on, so really want to address all of them. Chest up. This time I'm going to flex my feet. Chest up and forward. Slowly leaning forward. Then come back out. Chest up and lifted. Really feel those hamstring muscles right here. And then back up. And I'm going to turn it to my really nice standing pigeon stretch. Angle bent. Booty back. Leaning forward, pushing my hips back, really pushing them back. I'm tight through here. Gonna lean forward. And once again, just keep in mind the angle of which this leg's gonna be further away or closer together, depending on how flexible you are, how tight you are through the hips. Lean forward one more time, pushing my hips back, really draping over that leg. And for the standing pigeon, I want you to drape forward. Then come back up. Shoot my leg out. And there, we've woken up the entire body before you've even got out of your bedroom.